All right. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Gonz Sports Talk, the show where we not only talk about everything Baltimore Ravens, but around the NFL. And welcome back to a bye-week edition of the show. We're going to be breaking down everything we've seen from the Ravens and what's to come, our thoughts on what's to come for this team for the second half of the season when they begin their journey in a couple days now against the Bears on Sunday. But before we talk about that, I think there's a lot to cover. We've seen a lot of trends. We've seen a lot of bad trends, not really good stuff happening. And we're back and we're ready to give you some more content. We took a little bit of a break, but now it's time for bye week. I know we're not technically posting this during the bye week. The bye week is come and gone. They're preparing for the Bears now, but I think it's still appropriate that we can put something out and talk about the bye week because there's a lot of thoughts that we need to share. And there's a lot of things that have been happening that would be relevant for this time period that we're posting this. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Dom, how you doing? Have you had a nice little recovery since the last video we put out?
Yeah, guess it was a bye week for all of us. But yeah, it took some time. Saw a lot of things happening over the radar. A lot of guys expected to come back. A lot of we just have to wait and see to see how these guys are mentally after the bye week. I know it was a lot to think about, a lot to digest coming up to pretty bad losses. Without Lamar Jackson, it's been rough, but I guess I was criticizing the early bye week initially, but I guess that the script makers knew when to make the bye week. So I guess came at the right time, came at the right place. So I'm ready to get into it. Let's talk about it.
Much needed. I mean, there's so many things to talk about. Injuries, good and bad news, articles that we probably want to bring up. There's just been a lot of news going around. Coaching staff, potential trade targets. I mean, you name it. It's been chatted about, and we're ready to give our thoughts on it. So I guess we should probably talk about the bye week, what happened during the bye week. Well, honestly, little to nothing. I didn't see any moves. I didn't see any coaching changes. It looks like they're going to ride this ship out. Whether it sinks or not is yet to come, but that's what it looks like they're going to do regarding the coaching staff. I mean, no changes were made. No hinting at changes were made. And it just looks like that Harbaugh or Monken, that is your staff for the remainder of the 2025 Ravens regular season. So we'll see. Are they going to turn it around? I don't know, but this is who they're going to rock with. I don't know. I don't know what else you want me to say at this point. I'm I'm tired of John Harbaugh. I'm tired of Zachary Orr. But it looks like, and as we heard with recent news this week about anonymous players speaking up on the situation, looks like the team is content with who they got. So we'll see. We'll see. You want to jump into that first? I know we were talking a little bit about that earlier, about the anonymous players speaking up on the issues with the team and how they feel about what's going on. And pretty much the consensus was that Todd Monken, they were really, really criticizing, not outright criticizing, the low-key player kind of criticizing, slight throw under the bus type of stuff that they do, all directed at the offense and Monken. I mean, every excuse for the defense was kind of just like, oh, it's on us. It's player execution. We don't know what we're doing. Well, isn't that part of the coaching staff? If you don't know what you're doing, shouldn't the coach be able to help you with that? I mean, I don't know. That didn't make too much sense to me, honestly. So I don't know what you're doing in practice, just lollygagging around. If you don't know what, I just don't understand it. But yeah, Zachary Orr defended. John Harbaugh has defended him. We've seen it, and it looks like it's a community-wide consensus that Zachary Orr is not really the issue. And I just can't believe it. I'm just gonna say it. Zachary Orr looks like the cool teacher at school. I mean, he looks like the guy that everybody likes. Not necessarily a good teacher, but friendly, buddy with all the students, buddy with all the staff. One of those type of people. I know you all probably seen that before, or you could reflect back to your elementary, middle, high school days, and you remember that kind of person. They're in every school, and me as a school worker, I've seen it. And it's just that's what it just looks like, that they're all buddy, and the students are the Ravens players in this case, and And he just, I don't know. I do not know. It does not look like he knows what he's doing. The players don't know what he's doing. If the players are outright saying they don't know what they're doing, isn't it on the coach to help you with that? So that is a lame excuse. So I don't know. That's what it's looking like. And Todd Monken, he's been decent. I know. This year, I know has not been good. But last year, I thought he turned this offense in pretty good. A pretty good working machine, especially, well, we can even take it back a year. I mean, he got us to the AFC Championship, completely revolutionized this Greg Roman offense. So I don't really think we should be shitting on Todd Monken. So I know it's been abysmal without Lamar, but that's another organization problem too. I don't feel like that's all on Monken. Why are we using Cooper Rush in a Lamar Jackson system? I mean, it should be freaking Tyler Huntley, honestly. So I don't know what we're doing. I think that's unfair criticism for Todd Monken, and I'm tired of yapping. So, Dom, go ahead and give me your thoughts on this.
No, yapping. Yeah, I think from that standpoint, I can see what you mean. I mean, Zach Orr's a really likable guy, right? It's just from his story.
Probably best friends with everybody. Daps everybody up that he sees. Like the cool teacher, I'm telling you. The teacher that might get a little too close to their students and become buddy-buddy.
He's a very likable guy. And you can just tell just by the way he does his press conferences, the way he addresses the players. You know what I mean? He's a good guy. Like, he's just a very genuine person. My thing about it is that you hear the criticism of Monken, but then the energy isn't really kept with every coach in the building. Like, you have to look like as a team, the performances have lacked in every single space. There have been lack of performance. We've seen a lack in special teams as of late. Loop with the kick. Sometimes he's kicked in he hasn't made all the way to the landing zone. You know what I mean? Mistakes like that. I'm not saying they're game costers, but I'm just saying these are mistakes. Offensive line hasn't looked good a lot of the year. I mean, our guard play has been in question all year, whether it is Falele or whether it is Falele or whether it is Voorhees. Right? The guard play has been put into question. The run blocking hadn't been great. That's why Henry has been in such a rut up until the LA game when he finally busted over 100 yards, even though he still lost. Defensively, I mean, you have to look like the pass rush has like there's just so many things. Like if you're going to hold one coach, and the crazy thing is you're holding the one coach accountable who's probably been one of the more consistent, which is crazy to me. Ever since we've hired Monken, the Ravens offense has been at least a top 5, top 10 offense. We put up points in bunches. You know what I mean? So I just don't. Should Monken be held accountable for things? Absolutely. No argument there. Having an offense be that lackadaisical without Lamar Jackson is very, very troubling. It's very troubling because Cooper Rush wasn't out there with guys that Lamar Jackson hasn't made plays with. Zay Flowers was on the field. Rashad Bateman was on the field. DeAndre Hopkins was on the field. Andrews likely were all on the field for these past couple of games. I'm not seeing how you can't make something happen with those guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the scheme was, but you should be able to generate some sort of offense when you have the guys like that. I think he had the weapons that he needed to try to get at least 14 points on the board in either one of those games. That's just my opinion. But you have to hold every coach accountable. And it just seems as though some of these coaches aren't being called out or held accountable for what the product is on the field. Player execution also needs to be to the forefront. Execution is big, right? But it is up to the coaches to put players in the right position to succeed. You know what I mean? That's what, like, look around the league. Let's look at the Niners, for example, right? The Niners are beat up. The 49ers barely have a full roster right now. They are playing without a lot of their top guys. Ayuk hasn't seen the field all year. Brock Purdy has been in and out of the lineup. They played some without Jawan Jennings. George Kittle just came back from an injury. Fred Warner is out for the year. Like, there's so many guys missing from that team. They're 5-2. So what I'm saying is that your guys are going to rally around you and fight for you if you give them the motivation and put them in the right space. We have seen backups play their tails off. Even for us, like those years when Lamar was out and he got injured and we had to fight without him, we still put up fight. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't want to use the injuries as an excuse because other teams are beat up. Other teams are beat up. Other teams are without their key guys. You have to look at this I'm looking at this from a player's perspective. Do I want to play for the guys who are supposed to be leading me? Do I want to play for these coaches? Are the coaches putting us in the right position to succeed? Am I going to execute if I'm in this spot right now? Would I do better maybe in another one? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't understand where the accountability is for everyone in the room. Call out everybody. If me and Gonz are messing up, you guys need to call both of us out. You know what I mean? It's not just me messing up. It's not just Gonz messing up. You call out both of us because we are the podcast. This is what we do. We are putting the product out here for you guys to watch, right? If we're messing up, you're going to call us both out. Call out the whole organization.
Well, it's clear they don't fight for Harbaugh anymore. I mean, you don't even have to elaborate on the 49ers. You just say, look at their record, and it's clear what they're doing. It's not even close between what the players are rallying around for them versus what the players are rallying around in Baltimore. There's just no, I don't know. There's just no heart. There's no motivation. There's no they just want to get out there and play the game and go home. That's what it looks like. They don't want to have fun. They're not having fun. They don't want to achieve something bigger. They just want to, oh, we're here. We made it. Okay, what are we doing for dinner tonight? That's the kind of mentality that this team has. And I don't know what. Can we make a run? Sure. But are we really going to change the motivation? Are we really going to rally behind something in the locker room? Because if we don't, it doesn't matter how many people we're getting back, which is a slew. We're getting a lot of people back for this game. But I don't know. I don't know where you go from here in a motivation standpoint. I really don't know. I mean, it looks like the only motivational time they played was in the Browns game when the defense was rallying around Ray Lewis. So I don't know. You obviously can't bring Ray Lewis in every game, or maybe you can. I don't know. But something's got to give when it comes to being motivated.
Yeah, it's hard to see these guys. Like, sometimes they just look confused. Sometimes it's just like
and that's on Jack Rior. If your guys are confused, that means you're not installing a good system. If people don't know what they're doing, sure, the players might be up too late playing games, but I don't care. You need to also enforce your rule too. If people are, and it's a trend. It's not like it's just, one game they were unsure of what they were doing. It's every game. Every single game they look lost. They're bumping into each other. That is a trend. Okay? It's not a coincidence. It's not a one-time thing. When it happens for 4 games in a row, 5 games in a row, it's a trend. So get your crap together, Zach Orr. We're gonna hold you accountable. I don't know why people don't want to hold you accountable. Get those guys in shape. I don't know what they're doing in practice. I really have no clue what they're doing in practice. If people are still lost in week 7, then it's a system issue.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go this
it
many
really is.
weeks. Yeah, you can't go this many weeks and you still have guys like, whether it's a coverage lapse, whether it's missed tackles, whether it's just poor execution on setting the edge. It's just so many things going wrong, at least from a defensive standpoint. I mean, they put up a fight against LA. We give credit where it's due. They put up a fight against LA. They held the offense to 17 points. Shout out to them. That's probably the most fight we've seen out of them since week 2.
It was so fluky, though. And that's the thing that's sickening, because they're going to say and look at the scoreboard and say, oh, well, we only allowed 17 points. Therefore, our defense did a wonderful job. Look at the context. Drops. Holding penalties. Matthew Stafford's overthrows. There was so many things bad that happened for the Rams. Miscues. And that's what really makes me annoyed about it.
Yeah, it's just you have to look in the mirror. Like, you have to look in the mirror. You have to look at what is going on. Like, they say they're watching the film. And my thing about it is, you can't say you're watching the film and then you hear Harbaugh say, oh, the defense isn't too far off, or we're almost there. Like it's
not even close. It's
like,
not even close. And that's what I
watching?
hate about this organization right now. It's because they're going to hang their hat on the LA Rams game. There's no pass rush. None. I don't know what they're coaching. I don't know what they're doing. They traded Oweh away, and he gets a sack the first game. If that doesn't tell you it's a coaching problem, I don't know what will. Anyway,
yeah,
I'm trying to jump in like Stephen A., so I'm sorry.
No, it's hard to watch. It really is. It's hard to watch because literally also in that Baltimore Sun article, one opposing coach, I don't know if it was from the AFC or NFC, but one of the opposing coaches said that the Ravens defense is soft. You got people out here calling us soft, man. When was the last time?
As deservedly
so. But when was the last time you heard somebody call a Ravens defense soft? A Ravens defense, we were known to walk into a stadium and punch teams in the mouth. That's what we were known to do. We were known to get at the quarterback and rock a sucker for coming over the middle. That's what we were known for. We had the greatest quarterback of all time in Tom Brady, right down on his glove, or right down on his play thing or whatever, say, don't throw in 20's direction. 20 being Ed freaking Reed. That's how, but like we were known for having guys who instilled fear into opposing quarterbacks. That's what we were known for. We're not known for that anymore. And it's really sad to say that we're coming from a generation of knocking fools out and being a force to being a laughingstock. You got guys coming into our stadium, dancing in your end zone, scoring at will, and not caring about it. They don't care about you. They said, "Oh shoot, is that Marlon Humphrey on me?" Okay. Oh shoot, Roquan's over the middle. Okay. It don't matter. We need, I don't know what it's going to take.
Garbage people at that.
My thing.
Did you see that team yesterday? The Houston Texans. Their offense is awful. And we allowed 44 points. CJ Stroud, I'm just going to say it. CJ Stroud is mid. Right now, he's mid. They had a bye week, comes right out. Oh, we're doing good. We just put up 44 points. Got absolutely destroyed. 12 points. Turnover after turnover. Nothing. You know their only touchdown of the game? A Will Anderson strip sack fumble recovery. They're garbage. And you're allowing them to do well. It's unbelievable. It is. It's absolutely mind-boggling to say about that defense, you're close to being good. And you just gave up to arguably one of the top 3 worst offenses in the league, 44 points. Think about that.
It's not much left to be said about it. The team has to want there to be change. There's no other way. We could sit here and say that there needs to be change. We know there needs to be change. We're watching the games. The coaches are watching the games and they don't even feel like there needs to be change. There has to be something that needs to be done fast, because if you come out Sunday and play against the Chicago Bears team that is coming off 4 straight wins, riding off high momentum with Caleb Williams feeling himself, as he rightfully should, because you win 4 games straight with Ben Johnson. You lose that game, we're already saying the season is over. The season will be legitimately over if you cannot get the win against Chicago because of the hole that you put yourself in these past 6 weeks.
I think 7 losses is the cutoff. And if you spend one on the Bears, it's still looking pretty much over.
Well, I don't even know if 7 is truly the cutoff, because I'm looking if you look around the league right now, like I said, AFC West, you have 3 potential playoff teams. One of them is going to be a division winner. So we'll say 2, right? AFC East, you have the Buffalo Bills, and then you have the New England Patriots, right? AFC South, you're most likely looking at Jags being the division winner. I guess Houston probably won't turn it around. But then you have Indy. So you got Indy and Jacksonville, who are currently, I'm not saying Jacksonville's the bee's knees, but I'm saying they're still contending. They have winning records. They can still make some sort of noise for a wild card spot. Who knows? So that's another 2 teams right there, right, in Indy and Jacksonville. And then you go to the AFC North. Pittsburgh is there. Whether you like them or not, whether you think they're good or not, they're there, right? Cincy, their hope isn't gone. And I'm not saying they're gonna put up every performance like they did against what's the name? The Steelers, like they did on Thursday night. But I'm saying, like, their hope isn't gone if Joe can put up at least even decent performances with this offense. And the defense can rally some sort to get stops. So I mean, what are they, like 3-4 or something like that going into the season?
They're still bad. I think
they're not great. They're not great at all.
Flacco just channeled his inner Pittsburgh killer. Like I said, he might, and he did.
And he did, right? Their hope isn't gone, though, right? I'm saying they have a quarterback who can sling it, so the hope isn't gone. And then we have to try to rally from 1-5. So our room, I don't know if our room for error is as big as 7 losses.
Well, we also got to play the Steelers twice. We got to play the Bengals twice.
And
The Colts and Jags got to play each other. The Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs, they all got to play each other. So it's the Patriots and Bills. They got another matchup. So I think if we just focus on ourselves, I know you're talking. I love when you do this. I get you thinking about the league and you start listing them one by one. I love that. If we just focus on us. And let's give us that margin of 7 losses. If we just focus on us, other stuff will take care of itself for the most part, most likely.
My thing is, if this team...
We also got to play those guys. We got to play the Patriots.
We do.
We got to play the Steelers. Like I said, we got to play the Bengals. And if we just keep our heads down and try to win, that stuff's going to undo itself. So I'd take a step back from watching the league until, we actually can prove to be in contention for something. So
I mean, because right now
we're going to lose games. They got to play the Colts. They got to play the Chargers. They got to play the Lions. They got to play the Bills. They're going to lose some of those. I am not a Pittsburgh fan. I think that they got exposed by the Bengals with a competent offense. I think their defense is overrated. Aaron Rodgers is playing decently. Yes, I get it, but they got to play Green Bay next week. I mean, that's easily a toss-up, 50-50. Could be a loss easily. So, I mean, stuff's going to take care of itself. We need to focus on our crap, though. That's what so instead of listing other teams, let's focus on the Ravens. And if we can somehow prove to us that they can make a run, then maybe you can start to take a little sneak peek at what's going on with those other teams. But that stuff will take care of itself. Let's see what we got here.
Well, we can't. If we are only the Ravens have to focus on the Ravens, and I think that's the main thing, and they're not, and that's the problem. Like if they're not taking care of things, and you have deficiencies on both sides of the ball, I would say, and what is DaCosta going to do to address these deficiencies is the problem, because like you mentioned earlier, there is no pass rush. Me and you could get on the offensive line for an opposing team right now and probably hold these Ravens pass rushers. That's how bad it's been the first 7 weeks. Matabike is still our leading sack getter. He's been out since week 2.
It's not Tavius Robinson with 2?
No. Him and Tavius are technically tied, but Matabike is still in the lead. It's weird.
In the lead? Oh, okay.
It's weird. It'll be tied lead, whatever. But my point is... Matabike still, but why is Matabike still up there? Is my main point. He hasn't played since week 2. He's out for the year. We won't have
him back in there. They was a healthy scratch against the Rams. They gave him one chance and they said, "Oh, you're done."
I don't think they believe.
Unbelievable.
I don't think they believe in him. I don't.
Why?
I don't know.
But you believe in Okoye? You believe in John Jenkins? I don't. I know he had a nice play, but I don't care. That was mainly on Stafford for standing there like a statue.
Listen, my thing is you need if you're DaCosta, and there has been rumors that he has been making calls. There's been rumors that he's been calling around the league trying to get help. If you're DaCosta, you need to focus on the trenches. This is like you need to be on the phone. Excuse me. You need to be on the phone calling for trenches. You need interior D linemen badly because your depth is not good right now. You need edge rush help. Like you need edge rush help like we need oxygen.
You know, I know we heard some updates about Jeffrey Simmons, and I know they said the Titans seem like they want to keep him. I'd still be on the phone every day pestering. I'd be on the phone with the New York freaking Jets. And you know who I would be asking for? Quinnen Williams. Get some draft picks away and bring somebody like that in. Don't sign somebody off the street that's been dealing with injuries or hasn't played for 2 years. You need a proven interior lineman. You need a proven edge rusher. I'd be on the Raiders phone too, try to see what's going on with Max Crosby. Like there are options there are bad teams out there that you should be calling.
That could be selling.
Go get Quinnen Williams. Give him a first rounder. I don't care.
Now I'm also thinking about the cap though. Quinnen Williams has a big contract. So does Max Crosby. Like these are big contracts. So if you're going to bring them in, you have to be able to have the cap, and you still got to be able to give Lamar his extension, Linderbaum his extension. You got to bring back probably one or two of these tight ends. It's their last year on their contracts, right? Like,
and that also could provide some trade potential. Mark Andrews hasn't done much for me this year. He could be potentially
been targeted this year.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I don't know.
I don't like it. You need like I'm not saying don't bargain bin shop is also what I'm getting at, but at the same time, you have to look for like you mentioned, proven talents. Guys, like don't pick up somebody off the street. Like I saw a report the other day. They're talking to like Carl Lawson. Former Jets player, I believe. And then there was another player who they were talking to. They were talking to some guys, bringing them in for visits. You need to go get guys who are proven. You need to go get
Lawson's
guys.
Decent. I mean, he played for the Cowboys last year. He had 5 sacks. So he's pretty consistent. But you need a superstar, man. And I understand the cap concerns, but that's always the Ravens' excuse, cap concerns. Figure it out. You have some room right now, don't you? Like 14 mil? And if you ship somebody else off, you might get more. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, like they can figure this crap out. It's like, I don't know. I feel like the Ravens always just go to that excuse. Too much money. It's like, this isn't your first rodeo. Figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I see what you're saying. And especially when it comes to, we're going to sound spoiled when we say this, but when you have the talent that this team has and you have the expectations that this team has, you have to perform. You have a top 3 talent in the NFL at quarterback. You have established the fact that he is your quarterback. This is the guy who's led you into the future. He's the guy who's taking you to the playoffs. Although our playoff success hasn't been great, he's led you there. He's gotten you there. 2-time MVP. You have the wide receiver talent. You've drafted guys who have been stellar, I would say, in their roles. You acquired Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? Like, you are building this team to win now. Is basically what you're saying. You're building to win now. Like, the future is important. I get that. But at some point, you got to say F it. It's time to win now. Lamar is not getting any younger. Henry isn't getting any younger. And you're only going to have this talent, but for so long. You need to go all the way and get the win now. That's why it's so important. That's why us fumbling 2023 will never sit right with me.
Or ever. Last year.
Or last year. Wait, last year was... Yeah.
Last year was awful. Don't even cap. It was.
Yeah, like...
With Lamar's garbage fumble and Andrews' garbage at the end of the game, that was terrible.
It was terrible.
We never lost to the Bills. We were way better than them. Way better physically, way better skillfully, everything about them. And we somehow lost because we suck in the playoffs. Anyway.
Well, this is why fumbling those years doesn't sit right with me. Because in 2023, you had a top offense, you had one of the best defenses in the league, and then you wet the bed against the Kansas City Chiefs when you had the 1 seed and you had the bye and home field advantage.
Because they simply just didn't want to run the ball.
Like, it was just like and that's also on Monken, right? That's why I'm saying accountability isn't too far away. 2024, you start off terribly defensively. You have one of the worst defenses in the league, i.e., just like this year. You turn it around. You win games. You win the division. And you wet the bed against the Bills in Buffalo because, again, of turnovers and sloppy execution. Like, it's just it points to a lot of problems that this Ravens team has. It's just that they're not playing with focus and they're not playing well enough to execute in high moments. And while I also say it is on the players, it is also coaching. Like, this is why I'm saying no one on this team or no one in this organization can escape accountability. That's from Lamar, Henry, to Andrews, to Marlowe, to Roquan, no one escapes accountability. Everyone needs to be called out and everyone needs to come to the table and try to figure out what is going on because no one knows it. And that's the problem. You're at the bottom of the division. The Browns took 3rd place. You had a bye week, so I guess it doesn't really matter at the moment if you can get the win against Chicago, but you're in last place in the division. Last place. You have won 1 game in 7 weeks. 1 game. And that was against the Browns. You haven't beaten a serviceable opponent yet, which is eye-opening. And I understand you have injuries, but you have to find a way. You have to find a way. You don't have a win against a good team. And I'm not saying those teams they're super. You face a lot of Super Bowl caliber teams in the first 6 weeks. I'm not saying that's not an issue. But then people are talking like we don't perform, like we haven't beaten Super Bowl caliber teams. That's not new to us. Lamar's record against above 500 teams is out of this world. We beat those guys. That's not anything new. My thing is that they aren't performing well. You don't have a quality win, and you don't look good against teams that you know you're going to see later. That is the issue. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? What guys are you going to bring in to try to help? Because at this point, you need to start. I hope EDC was on the phone all last week and since Monday yesterday. I'm sorry.
We still haven't seen any moves, so maybe they're waiting.
They throw out to the trade deadline, so we'll see.
Maybe they're waiting to see if this Bears game sheds some light. If they win, maybe they'll go buy, and if they lose, maybe they'll go sell. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Which is insane to say sell when you have Lamar. Which is why a lot of people still hold that hope because they know he's coming back. But even if he does come back, we cannot sit here and say, Lamar, please save us. Lamar, please. We can't do that.
I need to see this defense do something.
And that goes to my point.
Which I don't believe we are because we still have the same shitty pass rush. So
there needs to be a better complementary football. There needs to be better complementary football. It just goes that. That just is really what it is. There's no complimentary football with this team. The offense plays well. The defense plays like crap. The one time the defense plays well against LA, the offense can't do anything. There's no cohesion with this team at all. And it's bad. You can't do that in the playoffs, as we've seen. Both sides of all phases of the ball have to show up. All phases. If you don't, you are asking to lose games. It's that simple. So this team needs to make moves. They need to get on the phone. You need to get, like I said, interior linemen on both sides of the ball, offensively, defensively. See if Zeitler is available. Bring him back. That would be nice to try to shore up the guard spot.
Or just put in Ben Cleveland. Give him a shot.
Emory Jones is supposed to be coming back soon. I don't know where he'll fit on this offensive line if they do decide to make a change.
Give him a shot. See. Voorhees and Lele have been awful.
Interior line. You need to find some D tackle help. You need it bad. You need it badly. Like, there's just no fight in this interior. Teams can do whatever they want. There's no fear of them collapsing on you around the pocket because you have all day. Whether you're Stafford, whether you're Stroud, whether you're Mahomes, whether you're Goff, you have all day to pass the ball because they're not going to get to you. You need edge help bad because you lose Tavius Robinson for like 6 to 8 weeks with his broken foot. You trade away Odafe Owe. You got Ojabo. You got dang, who else do we got? Like, you got Ojabo. You got Mike Green. You got to elevate some guys probably because you don't have a lot of help. Like, you are in need bad. I'm not gonna lie. If this is the draft, if this draft upcoming is the draft, you say F these picks, man. Do what you got to do to become a contender. Because right now, you aren't going anywhere and you're wasting another Lamar Jackson year. Another one.
They got to get rid of Harbaugh first. So, I don't know.
Which they aren't going to do.
Well, off-season they might. We'll see.
I don't think his seat is that hot. Honestly.
Well, it depends on how this next second half of the season pans out. If they go on a run, yeah, they're going to probably keep him. Even if they don't even make the playoffs, but if they get to like 8-9 or 7-10, they're going to be like, "Oh, we gave it a shot." So
I think I don't think Harbaugh's seat is as hot as some people are saying.
It should be.
Even if the season doesn't go the way we think, I still don't think his seat will be that hot. And I say that because looking at it they're going to point to injuries, of course, being a big part of why we didn't perform well these first couple of weeks, which again, I partially get, but it doesn't, there's still an elephant in the room. Right. And then when it comes to Harbaugh, I mean, like, there's no sense of, I don't see any sense of urgency from Bisciotti. I don't see any sense of urgency from EDC. Like, I don't see these things from them. You know what I mean? Like, there's no sense of, okay, we got to we got to do this now. Like, we need to do it right now to get something to help build this roster and help contend. I don't see that from them. So I don't think Harbaugh's seat is hot because they're complacent. They're fine with what they have. They're fine with what they've seen from Harbaugh these past couple of years. If anything, if Harbaugh's seat wasn't hot these past couple of years when we were god awful before Lamar got here and all the other jazz, I don't think his seat is hot now. To be real with you, like unless Lamar comes back and they're still laying an egg every week, I don't think the seat is hot. I think he remains the coach until he's ready to retire wholeheartedly. Like, you may see changes at the coordinator position, I feel, but as far as the head coaching position, I don't think he's going anywhere. So this team just needs to get it together. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what they need to do. But you got guys coming back. Roquan practiced yesterday. Ricard practiced yesterday. We could potentially see him for the first time this year, which is nice. Cheetah Bay practiced yesterday. We could see him back, which is also good because he's been one of the bright spots, I would say, this year. He's played really well when he's on the field. So I'm giving that to him. I appreciate him for what he's done. So you got a lot of guys coming back. So the only people who didn't practice yesterday was Lamar and obviously Tavius, but we know why he's not practicing. So Wednesday will be very telling, especially when we get that first injury report. Just to really see like where we are health-wise and who do we have and who we will have going forward. But I'll tell you one thing for sure. If they lose this game against Chicago, with Lamar being back, I don't know what else to tell them.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, there's no excuse, and we're really hoping Lamar's okay. I know he did practice Monday, like you said, but I'm not thinking too much about it until I see the Wednesday practice because that's going to be the real deal. So if he misses Wednesday, yeah, you can panic. But anyway, yeah, I don't really have too much to say. It's just been a frustrating season for the Ravens. They've just made so many self-inflicted mistakes. The resistance to change has just been so insane to me. And it's just, It's really, really, really hard to watch them just get beat the same way over and over again each week because of poor defensive play calling, poor offensive showcase. It's just and the lack of accountability and change. But anyway, it's fine. We're still going to hear and watch every game. We're still going to bring you content every week. So we got a prediction show coming tomorrow, either tomorrow or Thursday, one of those two. So we're still rocking and rolling through this season, even if it's a bad one. But anyway, yeah, I think we can go ahead and get on out of here. There's really not too much more to talk about. We've kind of just dissected everything we thought with the main issues going on with the team. So yeah, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Dom, you got any more last minute little messages you got to share or news?
No. We just have to wait till Wednesday, see if Lamar will return. See what guys we get back, and then we're right back at it to see if they can try to do what they can do to turn the season around, because it's gonna have to start this week.
Every person's coming back except for Matabike. Everyone's on the field. Ronnie Stanley, Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphrey.
Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me of that too, because I've got
all on the field.
Family did also practice on Monday.
So there's no excuse. Full strength aside from I'm gonna call it full strength, because everybody deals with a couple injuries. But anyway, all right, thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you back here for predictions either tomorrow or Wednesday, or tomorrow or Thursday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. So, we'll get to it then. It was a crazy week in the NFL. We'll break it all down and predict our next week. So thanks again for rocking with us, and we'll see you guys soon. This is Dom Gonz, and we're signing out, and go Ravens.